Hello dear listeners and welcome back to Timeless Romance Tales. Before we begin, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more forbidden aristocratic tension, dangerous protectors, and love born in the shadows of scandal. Now tonight's story begins with a single overheard whisper, one that changed a young woman's fate forever. Let's begin. Lady Annalise Fairburn slipped out of the ballroom long before anyone noticed her absence. The swirling dancers, the glittering chandeliers, the suffocating heat. It was too much. She needed a breath of quiet, a moment away from flashing jewels and watching eyes. She crossed through the corridor lined with marble busts and paused before a smaller, dimly lit hallway that led to the terrace. Just a single breath of night air, she promised herself. She lifted her skirts and stepped quietly down the hall. But halfway to the terrace doors she stopped. Two men stood in the shadows of an alcove. Their voices were low, sharp, edged with something that made Annalise's stomach twist. "Tonight," one hissed. "When he returns to his carriage. It must look like an accident." Annalise froze. "Are you certain?" the other murmured. "As certain as I am breathing," the first replied. "The Duke has lived long enough. We finish it before dawn. Then we take control." The Duke? There were only two dukes present tonight, and one of them, Dorian Ashbourne, Duke of Blackwell, was known for his cold authority, his relentless intelligence, and his iron control over half the political sphere. Killing him would throw the entire region into chaos. Annalise pressed back into the shadows, heart racing. A floorboard creaked beneath her slipper. One of the men turned. "Did you hear that?" Annalise didn't wait. She bolted down the hall, skirts gathered, breath shaking. She shoved open a small side door and slammed it behind her, pressing her weight against it. Footsteps thundered. Someone tried the handle. She clapped her hand over her mouth, forcing herself silent. Finally, the footsteps retreated. Annalise sagged in relief. Then, "Do you mind telling me," a low, dark voice asked behind her, "why you've entered my private study at a dead sprint?" She gasped and spun around. A tall man stood at the writing desk, the lantern beside him casting golden light across sharp cheekbones, stormy eyes, and a mouth set in a line of practiced sternness. Dorian Ashbourne, Duke of Blackwell himself, one of the men plotting to kill him tonight. Her heart collided violently with her ribs. My lord," she stammered, curtsying despite her shaking legs. He lifted a single eyebrow. "Lady Annalise Fairburn. Interesting. You know my name?" "I know every person in this house," he said, standing with slow, prowling grace. "Especially the ones who burst into my study without knocking. I didn't know it was yours." "No?" he asked mildly. "Then why are you trembling?" She needed to warn him, but the words tangled in her throat. If he dismissed her, if he didn't believe her, those men would kill her too. He walked closer, his presence filling the room with something cold and commanding. "Lady Annalise," he murmured. "What are you running from?" Her eyes stung. "I heard something. Two men. They were speaking, they said they would kill the Duke. They said they would do it tonight." His expression did not change. "That's so?" he said softly. "Yes." She swallowed hard. "They're planning to murder the Duke of Blackwell." He stepped closer, stopping mere inches from her. "You mean me?" Her breath hitched. He studied her face with an intensity that made her feel stripped bare. "Tell me exactly what you heard." She repeated every word, voice trembling, hands twisting in the fabric of her gown. When she finished, he didn't speak right away. Instead, he reached behind her and locked the door with a quiet click. Her pulse spiked. "Why are you locking the door?" "So the assassins cannot walk in," he said. "Or so you cannot walk out." Her stomach dropped. "My lord." He moved closer, slow and deliberate. "You know too much," he said softly. "Far too much. I didn't mean to overhear. And yet you did." His fingertips brushed her wrist, a light touch that sent a jolt through her entire body. "I will ask you one question," he murmured. "Answer honestly." She nodded. "Did they see you?" She hesitated. His gaze sharpened. "Annalise. I'm not sure," she whispered. "They looked up when I stepped back. I heard footsteps behind me. They tried the door." He swore under his breath. Then he grasped her shoulders gently, but firmly. "You are in danger." She looked up at him, fear shimmering in her eyes. Will they come after me? If they believe you heard them? Yes. He exhaled slowly. They will not leave loose ends. Her knees buckled slightly, and his hands tightened to steady her. You will stay with me, he said. She blinked. Stay with you. It is the only way to ensure your safety. But the ball, people will ask questions. Let them, he said. My reputation frightens them enough. No one will dare speak against you if they think you're under my protection. Her heart pounded painfully. But what will people think? That you witnessed something dangerous, he said. And the Duke of Blackwell refused to let you die for it. Her chest tightened. My lord, I don't want to cause trouble. You didn't, he interrupted. You saved my life. Before she could reply, someone rattled the study door. Dorian's entire body went still. A hard, dangerous stillness. Get behind me, he whispered. She obeyed instantly. He strode to the door, unlocked it in one swift motion, and yanked it open. A footman stood there, startled. Your Grace, he stammered. The carriage is ready. Send it away, Dorian said coldly. I am not leaving. But. Dorian's voice dropped. Now. The footman fled. He shut the door again and turned to Annalise. Come, he said, offering his hand. We leave through the servants' corridor. She hesitated before taking it, her fingertips trembling against his palm. The contact shouldn't have felt so electric. He noticed, but said nothing. They slipped through a hidden panel behind a bookcase and into a narrow, dimly lit corridor. The distant music of the ball filtered faintly from the other side of the wall. Dorian spoke quietly as they walked. There are men in this house tonight who want power. Power they cannot have while I live. And they'll kill you for it, she whispered. Yes. And now they'll kill me because I heard them. Yes, he said again. Unless I make it clear that harming you is the same as harming me. Annalise hugged her arms around herself. Why? Why would they want to kill you? He stopped walking and turned to her. You want the truth? Yes. His eyes darkened. Because I know every corrupted transaction, every political blackmail, every illegal shipment crossing our borders. And I refuse to let them ruin this kingdom. They hate me for it. And now they'll hate me too, she murmured. No, he said softly. They will fear you. He reached out, brushing a tear from her cheek with the back of his knuckle. You are safe with me. Her breath shook. You keep saying that. Because it is true. They reached a private carriage entrance. 2 guards stepped forward. Your Grace. Prepare my carriage, Dorian said. We leave for Blackwell Manor immediately. Lady Annalise rides with me. The guards exchanged startled looks, but obeyed without question. Annalise stared at him. You're taking me home with you? Yes, he said simply. You will not sleep under your father's roof tonight, or for many nights after. Her heart jumped painfully. People will assume terrible things. He stepped closer, lowering his voice. Annalise, I do not care what people assume. His thumb brushed her jawline, gentle but possessive. I care that you stay alive. The carriage arrived. Dorian helped her inside, his hands warm on her waist. She hesitated before seating herself. My family will be informed you are under my protection. But won't they object? A small, dangerous smile appeared on his lips. No one objects to me. His coat brushed her knee as he sat beside her. The carriage door shut, plunging them into dim, private candlelight. As the horses started forward, she clutched the edge of her seat. You're shaking, Dorian murmured. I've never been alone with a man like this. Like this, he echoed. You mean a man who is feared? She nodded. He reached out, lightly covering her hand with his. Fear is not what I want from you. She swallowed thickly. Then what do you want? His hand tightened. I want you safe. I want you protected. I want you alive at dawn. She whispered. And after dawn? He exhaled slowly. You ask dangerous questions. I deserve answers. He looked at her, then really looked at her. The soft candlelight caught on her cheek, her lips, the tremble in her breath. When he spoke again, his voice was softer, deeper. After dawn. I want you near me. Her heart fluttered wildly. Why? She whispered. He leaned closer, close enough that she felt his breath. Because a woman who risks her life for the truth is a woman worth guarding. The carriage bounced over cobblestone. Annalise instinctively reached for something to steady herself. Her hand landed on his thigh. She jerked back. I'm so sorry. Dorian caught her hand before she could pull it away. Don't apologize, he murmured. Not to me. Their fingers intertwined. The carriage stopped suddenly. Blackwell Manor rose before them, dark and imposing against the night sky. Dorian stepped out first, then helped her down. His touch lingered at her waist longer than necessary. Inside, the manor's entry hall flickered with torchlight. The moment they entered, servants froze. Your Grace. Prepare the east chambers for Lady Annalise, Dorian said without hesitation. Effective immediately, she is under my personal protection. Whispers rippled through the hall. Annalise flushed. The east chambers? But those are next to mine, he finished smoothly. She stared at him. Is that truly necessary? Yes. Why? His gaze burned into hers. Because I do not trust anyone else to guard you properly. Her breath caught again. He gestured toward the stairs. Cool me. You must rest. She walked beside him, her fingers brushing his now and then. Each time a spark shot up her arm. When they reached the east chambers, he paused outside her door. Annalise, he murmured, lifting her chin with gentle fingers. I know tonight has terrified you. But understand this. No harm will come to you while I draw breath. She whispered. Why do you care so much? His throat worked. Because when you burst into my study tonight, you looked at me like I was a man, not a title, not a threat, not a power to fear. Just a man. He leaned closer, breath warm against her skin. And no one has looked at me like that in years. Her heart hammered. Dorian, she whispered. He touched her cheek, voice rough. If I kiss you right now, I won't be able to stop. She trembled. Then don't kiss me. He froze. Her hand slid up his chest, resting above his racing heart. Kiss me, she whispered. His restraint shattered. He cupped her face, leaned in and kissed her, slowly at first, then deeper as she melted into him. His other hand slid to her waist, pulling her against him. When they finally broke apart, breathless, Dorian rested his forehead against hers. You're mine now, he whispered. Not because you overheard a secret. Because I will not let you go. A knock echoed down the hall. Your Grace, a guard called. We found a body behind the ballroom. Dorian tensed, jaw tightening. Whose? Lord Huxley's, sir. One of your political rivals. Annalise went pale. Dorian's arm wrapped protectively around her. It's begun, he murmured. And they will come for me next. And me, she whispered. His grip tightened. Not if I claim you publicly. Claim me, she breathed. He nodded slowly. As my fiancé. Her heart leapt. But we hardly know each other. His eyes softened. We have a lifetime for that. But people will talk. Let them, he murmured, brushing her hair back. As long as you stay alive. She hesitated only a moment before whispering. Yes. Dorian exhaled like a man saved from drowning. He kissed her again, this time with fierce certainty. Good, he whispered. Because I will never let you out of my sight again. And as the torches flickered, casting golden light across the halls of Blackwell Manor, Annalise realized she hadn't just saved the Duke's life that night. She'd entwined her fate with his, and he would burn the world to protect her.